Hello there, I'm Pat Whalen, back again with another edition of yesterday's news for Tuesday, January 31st. First tweet from John Dean. The way the Trump presidency is beginning, it is safe to say that it will end in calamity. It is almost a certainty. Even Republicans know this. Now, while John Dean does have a blue check mark next to his name, I was confused as to why I should take his word for this. A quick Google search revealed that John was actually the architect and mastermind behind the Watergate burglaries and subsequent cover-up. He was literally charged with a felony and went to jail for destroying a presidency. So I'm just going to go ahead and take him at his word on this. Next tweet from Christopher Ingram. Four Pinocchios to Trump admin claims the travel ban only affects 109 people. Actual number 90,000. One of those 90,000 people can be found in our next tweet from Vice. Somali Canadian forced off flight from Toronto to Paris because his plane's route was through US airspace. Showed up to his flight, sat down, put on his seatbelt, and then was given a letter by the airline and told, actually, you can't come, sorry. Our next tweet from The Independent. Americans are more likely to be killed by falling out of bed than a jihadist immigrant. Another quick Google search will reveal that since September 11, 2001, every terrorist attack on the United States soil has been carried out by a citizen of the United States. So I guess what I'm saying is if you roll around in your sleep, you should read this article. Be careful. Another reason people aren't pleased with the rollout of this immigration ban, Muslim ban, travel ban, but it's not a ban. It's just called a ban. Another problem people have with it is where is congressional leadership on this? The president doesn't have a right to make a law. Only Congress can do that. So why aren't they commenting? In a twofer tweet from Christopher Ingram, just a brutal takedown of Paul Ryan in 3 graphs. As we zoom in on the retweet, you can see 3 direct quotes from Paul Ryan on 3 separate occasions where he basically says, no one is telling me anything about what's going on. So that would explain a lot, but not make anyone any more happy about the way things are going. Perhaps another reason we know Congress is not involved can be found in this next tweet. From Sudeep Reddy, GOP congressional aides, without telling their bosses, are working secretly with Trump aides. This is pretty bonkers. Trump administration officials, while writing this ban that is not a ban, went under the heads of congressional leaders and went to their aides and staffers instead. As the Huffington Post article in the tweet states, the House Judiciary Committee has some of the most experienced staffers when it comes to immigration policy. So it would make sense to go to the staffers if you didn't want Congress to have any idea about this rollout. The other interesting thing in this article, the congressional staffers signed non-disclosure agreements. Like they were on a reality show or something. Sure, the ratings are great. In other news, our next tweet from Dan Stuckey. In case you missed it, the acting director of ICE has also been sacked and replaced tonight. ICE, of course, stands for Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, and it is a subsection of the Department of Homeland Security. So it's probably integral to the whole rollout of this ban that isn't a ban. The new chief of ICE is named Thomas Homan. The article states, by promoting Homan, who most recently led the arm of ICE that enforces detentions and deportations, Trump administration signaled its intent to place a greater emphasis on the harsh enforcement measures that Homan carried out. This is creepy stuff, and I'm sad that it didn't make more headlines. So I'm telling you about it now, my YouTube thing. That ought to fix it. And finally, our last tweet from Time. The CEO of Papa John's says the United States is becoming 19th century Germany. Finally. Papa John Schnatter is quoted in the article as saying that America is profoundly not a land of opportunity. Interesting quote from a guy who has about 30 billion franchises. Another interesting quote at the end of the article was a little more telling for me. As far as politics, I have no idea. I think that's putting it lightly. As always, I thank you for watching. I'm Pat Whalen. Come back tomorrow where I'll talk about today.